You, and you all are fired. And you are promoted. Can you explain me how did you get promoted? It's simple. I've been using ChatGPT and other AI tools to do my work. This way, I've been able to do all of their work. And who taught you all this? This guy. All of their work. And who taught you?
Ma'am, is the audio clear?
This guy.
Hello.
I think we are good to start.
And who taught you?
Ma'am, is the audio clear? Hello.
I think we are good to start.
Sure.
I think we are good to start.
Sure.
I think we are good to start.
Sure.
I think.
Shall we go live, ma'am?
I think we are live. Just let me check once.
No, we are not. Hello.
Yeah, we are just streaming. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Okay, sure. So we are live. So we shall start. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
I think we are live, right?
We shall start. So hey guys, how are you? So this is Tripti Verma ma'am. Yes, the one जिसको आप लोग posters को lately देख रहे हो. So she is co-founder and CEO at Study at Home. Yes, the learning app जिससे आप अपनी CA, CS and बाकी सब classes की pendrive lectures वगैरह लेते हो. So she is the force behind her. So hello ma'am, how are you doing?
Hi, Kushagra and the entire Commerce Society, ComSoc. All the best for this wonderful webinar. And I lately see you guys are doing pretty well. So congratulations for this initiative. And I'm absolutely looking forward for this interesting session that I'm putting in for all of you.
Thanks, ma'am. So without much ado, we should start because we are already very late. So ma'am, my first question will be, can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself? Like, about you, about Study at Home. What is this all about?
Okay. So I think my name is pretty evident to all of you. I am Tripti Verma, and I run an edtech company, the Study at Home Private Limited. So before I just jump into what Study at Home is and what we do on the upper front, let me just give a pretty brief about myself. I have done my grad and commerce, then post grad and commerce as well. And I was also a CS aspirant at some point of the time, and I just dropped the company secretary force because this opportunity comes behind me, and I was like, yes, this is something I meant for. I've done my schooling from Atulanand, so anybody who is from Atulanand can definitely relate. Then I'm also one of the alumni, and again, BHU is something that I'm very proud of to be associated with. I'm really very young. And why do I see that? Because when I see that I'm very young and what I'm doing, what I'm achieving, and what I'm looking forward to is somehow make all of you feeling an evidence that yes, this is something that even you can also achieve, you can also do, and maybe you also relate. Because when we have some prominent personalities who are like from this background, who have this years of experience, there is, I think, a lack of reliability, right? A lack of connectivity, that you think, okay, fine, he must have done this, he must have done that. But I'll tell you what happened to me, and how Study at Home actually happened, right? So Study at Home genuinely, it was founded by C. Rajke Agarwal, obviously my mentor and the main founder. So he started this venture in 2018 because he was a celebrity educator, right? And he taught from North India to South India, and he saw that yes, there is some lack of accessibility and affordability of education. Agar aap kisi ko jaake padha rahe ho, so you may be teach 100 students physically, maybe 500 or 1000. But when you have a platform which I think do not have any boundary, you can teach 1000 or 1 million or 10 million or whatsoever, right? And he eventually started this company, Study at Home Private Limited, in the year 2018. And I being the part of this in the year 2020. Obviously I just joined this company as 2 years later, right? And the reason that why I call myself founder, because aapko lagta hai ki founder is the one who started this, right? It's not the fact actually. Once you understand ki founder ka basically role kya hota hai, and I serve the designation of founder, co-founder and COO, the chief operating officer in my company. जब भी आप किसी कंपनी या संस्था के साथ आप जब जुड़ते हैं, so this now takes a question on you that what vision you have, right? Is it something that you look for a short term? Is it something that you look for long term? आप अपनी perspective को कैसे लेते हैं? How do you channelize your journey, your individual growth to a company's growth and whatsoever, right? And I find genuinely that this is something even I was looking after. Obviously there are lots of money include, but again, lots of heart to be included in that journey. And I think that this is something I've always looked up to, right? Talking about education has been the primary thing that I've been working since very beginning. मैंने NGO में काम करा है जहाँ पे मैं education में ज़्यादा involved रहती थी, organizing youth parliaments, I know, from being delegate to executive board member. So मैंने ये सब कुछ कर रखा था. I've been taught to NGOs, and I certainly somehow feel that this is something I genuinely belong to, right? क्योंकि नाम है स्टार्टअप टॉक, तो लेट्स नॉट जस्ट बंच ओनली अबाउट स्टडी एट होम एंड व्हाट आई डू, बिकॉज आप ऑडियंस हैं, आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज समथिंग दैट विल बी टू रेलेवेंट फॉर यू. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फिलॉसफीज एंड सम प्रैक्टिकल थिंग्स दैट आई थिंक यू एज अ स्टूडेंट्स नीड्स टू अप्लाई ऑन योरसेल्फ. सबसे पहली चीज, फॉर ऑल दोज एस्पिरेंट, मुझे लगता है कि आप लोगों में से a lot of people might be in maybe graduation. I think Kushal, people from
majority of them are first year and second year of graduation.
Okay, first year and second year. So apart from those who are joining,
those who don't know, ma'am has done MCom from our faculty only.
Yeah,
and she graduated this year only.
Yeah, so apart from the major audience who will join from YouTube, I think because this collaboration is happening with ComSom Society and Study at Home. So let me individually and exclusively address to these students who is coming here from the Commerce Society in the BHU. So I assume that you are from first year and second year, right? So what are the career prospects you will be looking up to as of now? You might be looking for professional courses like CA, CS, CMA. You might be somehow looking for the law as your career pursuing to be, something like MBA, or maybe in all sort of fields. Maybe some would go for NET JRF, somebody would go for what is this called, teaching and whatsoever, right? तो मुझे लगता है ये सारे career prospects होते होंगे. मैं आपको आज एक करियर काउंसलर की तरह नहीं बताऊंगी कि आपको ये करना चाहिए, आपको वो करना चाहिए. आई एम गिविंग यू फिलोसफीज दैट कैन जेन्युइनली चेंज योर लाइफ, राइट? मैं भी जब क्लास 12 कंप्लीट की, आई स्टार्टेड माय ग्रेजुएशन एंड देन पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन. आई नोवेयर न्यू दैट आई वुड लैंड अप टू समथिंग वेरी बिग लाइक दिस, right? I'm earning lakhs of rupees and I'm doing this, I am doing that. I have never thought of that I could do it individually. And what happened to me is that I genuinely stumble upon an opportunity, right? And I have thought of nothing, just to like, okay, yaar, if something has come on my way, let's try it, find out how it genuinely works, right? So, the same thing to all of you as well.
So, ma'am, आपकी जर्नी से स्टार्ट करते हैं. So, my first question is, why study at home?
Yeah, exactly.
How this idea came into existence?
See, as I already told you, study at home is an edtech company, right? And because you interrupted me, I don't think Kushagra listened to me properly. I was on the context of giving something and he interrupted me. And let me complete that first, then I'll say how study at home. So I was addressing to people कि we always have some of the other opportunities in life. अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं CA पढ़ रहा हूँ तो मैं CA करने के लिए, पढ़ने के लिए बनाऊं. आपको लग रहा है कि मैं MBA ही करूंगा, मुझे MBA करना है, तो मुझे लगता है जिद तो होनी चाहिए, लेकिन जल्दी भी होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, आपको जिद है कि आप CA बनेंगे, आप उस जिद के चक्कर में 10 साल अपना बर्बाद कर दिए. ठीक है, सो इफ यू हैव जिद टू बिकम समथिंग, आपको जल्दी भी होनी चाहिए कि मुझे CA बनना है, तो हैव टू क्रैक इन 5 years, I have to crack in 7 years. If I have to qualify a CAT, I have to give 3 attempt, I have to give 4 attempt, right? Because कंपटीशन की तो मुझे बात नहीं करनी चाहिए. जो कंपटीशन इस समय मार्केट में है, इफ यू वेस्टेड अ ईयर ऑफ योर्स, 2 years, 4 years, you're gone, right? So never lose any opportunity that comes on your way. And why I see that, because I took that opportunity, and that what's happened to me is what study at home, right? So as Kushagra just asked about me, the journey how study at home happened, right? I initially have not thought of कि मैं इसमें end up करूंगी, and I do it. Study at Home basically is an edtech company, and we provide courses for academic, professional, government competitive exams, and skill development courses. And skill development जो हम लोग का सबसे biggest criteria है, right? It's the biggest category, I would rather say. And we even won National Startup Award from Honorable Prime Minister in this particular category. So आप समझ सकते हो कि हाँ, कुछ तो अच्छा कर रहे हैं कि मोदी जी ने award दिया. ठीक है. Now, one thing that I just genuinely want to speak very loud in front to all of you is that college life को ना कभी waste मत करना. ठीक है, आप अभी जो आपका ग्रेजुएशन का ईयर है, आपको जितनी चीजें एक्सपेरिमेंट करने को, एक्सप्लोर करने को इस समय मिलेंगी, आई एम बेटिंग यू वंस यू डन योर ग्रेजुएशन यू वुड नॉट हैव टाइम. ठीक है, आपके पास 10 दिन, महीना, 4 महीने भी नहीं रहेगा कि आप इंटर्नशिप्स कर पाओ, राइट? बिकॉज नाउ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर द अदर बिगर प्रोस्पेक्ट इन योर लाइफ. यू नॉट लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड कि ठीक है, ये भी ट्राई कर लेती हूँ, लेट मी डू दैट इंटर्नशिप, लेट मी जॉइन दिस कम्युनिटी, लेट मी प्रैक्टिस दैट, लेट मी मेक माई कॉन्टेंट, लेट मी मेक माई यूट्यूब चैनल. सो द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम दैट यू हैव टू योर सेल्फ व्हाइल यू डूइंग ग्रेजुएशन इज द ओनली टाइम यू जेन्युइनली इन्वेस्ट अपॉन योर सेल्फ बिल्डिंग यू. ठीक है, मुझे भी जितने एक्सपेरिमेंट करने थे कि मेरा इंटरेस्ट यहाँ है, मेरा इंटरेस्ट वहाँ है, मैंने सारे कॉलेज डेज में अपने करे हैं. एंड द मोमेंट आई कंप्लीटेड माय कॉलेज, आई स्टेप्ड आउट ऑफ माय कॉलेज, दिस वंडरफुल थिंग हैज हैपेंड टू मी. ठीक है, तो कभी भी अपनी कॉलेज लाइफ को वेस्ट मत करना. आफ्टर कॉलेज डू व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, बट दिस इज अ वेरी क्रूशियल. एंड आई कैन बेट यू टू दोज ऑफ यू लिसनिंग टू मी, आपका फर्स्ट ईयर कैसे बीता है, सेकेंड ईयर कैसे बीता है, थर्ड ईयर कैसे बीता है, आपको पता भी नहीं चलता. सेकेंड ईयर वाले तो ये अग्री भी करेंगे कि हाँ, फर्स्ट ईयर कैसे बीता पता भी नहीं चला, राइट? So time is going and running very fast. We have to understand कि जो भी opportunities आ रही हैं, we don't have to miss that. Right? So if talking about opportunities, let me give you one opportunity right and straight away. Shall we? I have a very good thing to announce. Kushagra, should I?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. We are really looking forward.
So for all those who don't know, that Study at Home run an internship program. And I found Kushagra with that only. Before that, I met Kushagra because he came to me for a sponsorship. That we surprisingly did do, but his pitch was wonderful to make me convinced that yes, we should go for sponsorship. Let's not talk about it. what thing that I have here to speak to all of you is that Study at Home has launched its internship program. I mean, we've been doing this for the couple of years. So we have interns from all colleges of BHU, Vasanta, Arya Mahila, and VKM is also there. We have interns from Sunbeam, SMS, and you can say all the colleges of Banaras, right? Because it's a full day internship program. We have 2 months for the internship जहां हम बच्चों को 2 महीने के लिए हायर करते हैं. You'll be getting paid stipend, a very good and handsome amount of stipend for that 2 months of internship, and about a lot of things and perks are included, like a letter of recommendation, so and so. So let me not just make it a promotional campaign for my internship program and have a just quick brief about what we do. You all can reach out to me if you're really interested about this internship program that we do in our office. Our office is located at Shivaji Nagar Colony in Memurganj. You can just mail me your resume and your interest at tripti@studyathome.org. So if there is anybody from my Study at Home team, you can just drop in the comment section my email ID, or even I think Kushagra can let you know what my email ID is.
Yeah, ma'am. I'll forward in the group. And talking about the opportunity, we all know कि वाराणसी जैसे tier 2 city में opportunity बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं आती है. So really thankful for you, ma'am, कि आपने opportunities दी कॉमसॉक के बच्चों को. Now moving on to the next question, मैम एक डाउट आता है कि जैसे बहुत सारे बच्चों के आइडिया में बहुत crazy आइडियाज आते हैं जो आगे चल के यूनिकॉर्न बन सकता है. But the thing is कि the first step of execution, that is the Hercules task. कि आइडिया तो बहुत crazy आ गया, but पहला स्टेप में बहुत इशू होता है. तो आपने वो क्या किया था कि आपने स्टडी एट होम का जो पहला पत्थर रखा था वो कैसा हुआ था? Like how did you do it?
So, before I talk how Study at Home initially grows like this, let me first talk about how you would do it if you have certain kind of ideas and how would you like to execute, right? So I talk to a lot of founders on daily basis. I meet a lot of founders when we go like out of Banaras for the networking events. I meet a lot of founders, and some on the initial stages they claim that I have so and so points in my mind, I have so idea in my mind, but I somehow lack fund to start my venture. Because fund is something, agar aapke paas paise hain, you can hire people, you can hire technology, you can hire everything, and you can start your business. So they eventually comes on a question ki ma'am paise nahi hai, yeah, I have a funding issue, I don't know, nobody is to fund, and that's why I'm not able to start my idea, right? Because idea se kuch nahi hoga, you need to have something to start and execute it properly. देखो मेरा ये मानना है कि कभी भी किसी बिजनेस को स्टार्ट करने के लिए पैसे नहीं चाहते, बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए पैसे चाहते हैं, राइट? इफ यू हैव एन आइडिया, I don't think the lot of resources are required to start that idea, to start that venture. The only money that you would require is to grow that venture. आप कैसे उसको ग्रो करोगे, कैसे उसको बड़ा करोगे, है ना? तो मुझे आप कभी ये एक्सक्यूज मत देना कि बिकॉज यू हैव अ लैक ऑफ फंड यू वोंट एबल टू स्टार्ट विद योर आइडिया, आपने एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करा पाया, यू डिडंट स्टार्ट योर बिजनेस. आज के समय में एक व्यापार शुरू करना, एक स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करना इज द मोस्ट easiest thing I would rather say, not back in time when we have done and when people used to do, right? आज के समय में आपको टैक्स में कितने ज्यादा बेनिफिट्स मिलेंगे, आपके you won't be able to pay taxes for the initial 3-5 years, आपको बहुत सब्सिडीज मिलेंगी if you are choosing a particular category of startups. You're going to have a lot of, there गवर्नमेंट के पास इस समय अर्ली एज स्टार्टअप आइडिएशन स्टार्टअप्स के लिए इतने फंड्स पड़े हैं, they want startups to come and take it from them, right? I have met a lot of dignitaries from the government sector, and they said that, do you have any startups to be recommended? We have funds, please blow on them. Okay, so no questions about how you start your idea, right? You can easily make your website.
Our BHO also has an incubation center, the Atal Incubation Center. So you can reach out to them also.
Yeah, and Atal Incubation Center, Kushagra, I will give you the number of the representative, Prashant, looking after the incubation center in your university. So in any student who has any idea or want to start with something, you need any space or any incubation support to be started, you can directly connect with that person. You can take my name and he will be very, very happy to take you in for that program, right? So you go on Startup India website. आप स्टार्टअप इंडिया के वेबसाइट पे जाओ, आप इंक्यूबेशन
apart from the insights, we already have internships and we do have the referrals. for
Yes,
tuition.
absolutely. Why not? Because being an alumni, if this is something I can't do, how can I be proven myself a good alumni, right? Just merely by talking out the words is something I won't do it either. Okay. And I have a lot of things, bunch of you talk about again, there are certain restrictions when we talk to people virtually, right? If I would have been physically met to all of you, maybe I would have listened to one on one your problems, the things that you have in your mind, the challenges that you're facing, and things that you would like to do. And maybe I could be a part of help or a part of, an idea for yourself. So make sure that you organize certain sessions physically also, Kushagra, in your campuses, and maybe you can do it informally as well. If all the members of your society comes and do it together, I think that will be really, really helpful for all of you. Right?
We'll look forward to it, ma'am. We
Yes.
have a bunch of events lined up.
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल सो आई वाज स्पीकिंग अबाउट कि आज के समय में एक स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करना बहुत इजी हो गया है आप पोस्टर्स बना सकते हो वी हैव द एआई टेक्नोलॉजी हु कैन ड्राफ्ट योर लोगोस हु कैन सजेस्ट यू विद द गुड नेम्स वी हैव एआई हु कैन हेल्प यू मेक योर ओन वेबसाइट विद नो कॉस्ट राइट सो अगर आप सोचते हो कि पैसे नहीं है या रिसोर्स नहीं है इस चीज के अभाव में अगर आपको लगता है आप कुछ स्टार्ट नहीं करने वाले हो तो आपसे बड़ा मूर्ख कोई नहीं है आप सच में करना ही नहीं चाह रहे हो राइट जो कहते नहीं जहां चाह है वहां राह है अगर आपने चाह लिया कि आपको ये करना है nobody would stop you and there are lot of amenities available from the government side from the private sector also provides you lot of incubation जहां पे वो आपसे थोड़ा सा इक्विटी लेकर के आपको incubation देते हैं they'll support you with their space to work out their equipments to use and everything in and out about why IIMs when they graduate why IITs when they graduate start with a wonderful startup when I talk about an academy started by an IIT and when I talk about I'm speaking when I talk about
Flipkart, started by an
Flipkart.
IIT.
I was just taking the name of Oyo, right? Oyo has been
Okay.
started by the founder who dropped his college, who have not maybe go to the college. So if you have an excuse, I think you have certain prominent figures in front of you who can never be the part of your excuse, and their stories are something that you should really look up to. Now, another important thing that I want to bring up to you is the fact that I don't know how many of you are very active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is something, I think मुझे लगता है इसकी जो जादू है या इसका जो असर है या इसकी जो capacity है, nobody knows it. When you have a very active and opening profile and LinkedIn, start connecting with wonderful people. If you are somebody who wants to start a business, देखो business start करना इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि तुम idea भी लेके आओ, ठीक है, तुम अपना affair start करो. Business आपको करना है, you can be part of already running startup. आप किसी की टीम में जा सकते हो and you can incubate your ideas. You can start with your ideas as well. And you may never know you start as an employee and you become the founder and whatsoever the fancy designation you call off. So आपको LinkedIn के platform, this platform आपको उसका value समझना पड़ेगा to understand how crucial it is to have a very active profile in LinkedIn and not just कि नहीं बस अच्छे photo डाल दिए followers can just be on there, sit and let watch people to come in and ask you. No, you have to send requests to people. You have to ask them out their time to speak to you for a few minutes, right? A lot of homework that you have to do. Nothing comes that easy sitting on a couch and waiting wonders to happen with you. It's you who have to start. It's you who have to do it. And I would not say कि आप ही को करना है. It's just you have to do it. Not your friend or any team members. It's you have to do it. Right? So आज के समय में if you say that starting a startup had a problem, if I have an idea, it's an excuse. A lot of amenities are available. Startup projects are available. Funds are available to government to deploy. Where are you? Where are you? Right? Maybe a lack of knowledge or information that you genuinely should strive for.
That's really great. To tell you guys, सबसे पहले हम लोगों ने ट्रिप्टी मैम को LinkedIn पे spot किया था. Then we went to her for the sponsorship, and now all this is happening. So be on LinkedIn. Okay, ma'am. So the next question is, like, it's all about the jiggling between college and work. So how did you manage it? Because BCom, MCom, साथ में आप CSP कर रहे थे, and then you did like study at home. So that's really interesting.
I won't you because अगर ये Zoom call होता just between between you, me and the other comms of society, तो मैं आपको exactly सच बताती how would I manage BHU and my work. But let's not get into the real truth how I did it. It's just that I convinced my professors, I convinced the dean and everybody to just, somehow help me managing my time, giving me little time so that I can work upon this. And let's not talk about it, because this webinar is going to be live and uploaded here on the YouTube, so people could access even later also, and there could might.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually quite risky here.
But yeah, absolutely. देखो, कॉलेज में ऐसी कोई बहुत पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही जिसके लिए तुम्हें पूरा टाइम डिवोट करने की आवश्यकता है, राइट? आप भी इतने स्मार्ट हो, आपको पता है कि आप दिन में कितने घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, कितने घंटे क्या कर रहे हो. तो सोशल मीडिया पे अपना टाइम स्पेंड करने से अच्छा है कि आप सोशल मीडिया यूज करो, बट यूज लिंक्डइन. वहां भी आपको वीडियोस मिलेंगे, वहां पे आपको अच्छे कनेक्शंस मिलेंगे. यूज रेडिट अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए, राइट? तो there is no shortcut when I say that if you're juggling between college and your work, and how would you manage that? It's very simple. You have to manage your time. And how would you manage your time is to be very, very disciplined regarding what you do. And again, say jahan cha wahan agar jo soch liye wo kar liye, and there is nothing which is called impossible.
It's all about the mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's the mindset how you do it. I have people from BHU who is working with me in my team and who is doing their graduation, post graduation. I said ki attendance kaise manage karte ho? They said ho jata hai. And when they said ho jata hai, they do it. And there are people who do it, right? So it's you who have to manage it. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ classes drop करो, ठीक है? There are things that you can do after your college hours. आपके पास पूरा दिन खाली है, ठीक है? बीएचयू में हो सकते हैं बहुत क्लासेस चलते हैं, बहुत क्लासेस नहीं भी चलते हैं, तो वीटी जाकर के कॉफी पीने से अच्छा है कि तुम अपने कैंपस में ही बैठ करके कुछ कर लो, अपने टीचर से ही बात करो, and understand what they have in bucket for all of you, right?
Okay. So our next question is, ma'am, what are the challenges that you face? Like आपने inspiration की बात की, आपने like अभी तक आपसे बात करके सब बहुत closely positive लग रहा है, because you have made it that way. But now we want to know कि what are the challenges that you face as a young entrepreneur, especially as a young woman entrepreneur?
देखो, challenges तो मैंने face किए हैं, but क्योंकि मैं women हूँ, I won't raise my flag on the crying regarding feminism and women empowerment. I'll tell you, today is the world for the women. So for all the women who are watching me and listening to me, अगर अभी नहीं करोगे तो कभी नहीं करोगे. Kushagra, you won't believe there are platforms where women are getting lots and lots of advantages. They are getting priorities. The challenges जो मैंने face किए, it's a different thing. But because I am a woman and a very budding entrepreneur, I have been adventured with lots of wonderful opportunities that I think for a man it's really difficult, quite difficult, right? Yeah. So when I approach somebody, because I am a female and a budding entrepreneur, they talk to me at first. Even if I am the crowd. See, I recently met a lot of people. I met Ashni Drover, I met Ankur Wariko, I met Ranveer Alabadia. And yeah, absolutely. And the way they talk to a female individual is something very, very different. They genuinely listen to you, what you have to say. They talk to you, they look at your eyes, and they're very humble when you talk to be somebody. And they are they might be a very celebrity, but they are the most humble person. If you'll talk to him for the next 10-15 minutes, they'll listen to you very patiently and very quietly. I recently had the meeting with the founders of Baiju Ravindra and Divya Gokulnath. What a humble personality, right? तो मैं बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं बोलूंगी कि ये बहुत मुश्किल होता है, इस चीज का सामना करना पड़ता है. If you have determined what you genuinely want to do, a lot of things becomes easy for you, right? And being a woman is that you have born with 30% of advantages, not a disadvantages. Gone are the times when females are speaking ki ye partiality ho rahi hai, wo partiality ho rahi hai, kuch bhi nahi hai. Now, if you talk about corporates, agar aap, maybe for few of you wants to see their life in the corporates, few of you want to start their own startup. When you talk about the corporates mein to female priority pe hai. Right, if there is men and a women with same qualifications, same experience, the HR will select the female, because at this point in time there are even reservations कि मेरे company में 40% seat तो reserved है for the female candidates. अगर आप internship, if you have completed your CS or a CA, when you go for articleship, being a woman you're getting advantages. So let me not cry upon a thing. It's very, very evident and very, very factful that women are getting a lot of advantages in today's day and age when I talk about the startup world or be it a corporate world. right? And challenges that I face, obviously funding. We have raised a lot of funds, but let's not disclose about a funding game, because obviously this is something I never vouch myself कि मैंने funding ले ली, मैंने ये कर लिया, मैंने वो कर लिया. It's something that strives very small part of our, our vision and whatever we do with study at home, right? We never speaks about the valuation that we have raised, because this is something I think we should not promote upon. Valuation से ज्यादा आप क्या value create करते हैं अपनी company के through and अपनी public के through, this is the more important, right? So when you talk about, and anybody who's vouching for the funding and for the valuation, this is the least thing you should look upon. आप एक अच्छा प्रोडक्ट बिल्ड करिए, एक अच्छा मार्केट सजेस्ट करिए एंड क्रिएट करिए एंड स्टार्ट सेलिंग एवरीथिंग दैट यू हैव ऑन योर सेल्स, एंड इन्वेस्टर्स विल वॉक इनटू योर सेल्स एंड एवरीथिंग विल हैपन वंडरफुली, राइट? तो चैलेंजेस, अगर मैं एक मेजर चैलेंज मैं तुम्हें बताऊं कुशागर एंड टू ऑल ऑफ यू वाचिंग, इज दैट मैं आज भी ये चैलेंज फेस करती हूं टू हायरिंग अ गुड कैंडिडेट, राइट? हैविंग माय हेड ऑफिस इन बनारस, आई हैव अ प्रॉब्लम हायरिंग अ वेरी सीनियर टैलेंट, क्योंकि कोई भी बच्चा बहुत स्मार्ट निकलता है, बिकॉज बनारस डू नॉट हैव अ कॉर्पोरेट कल्चर. सो इफ एनीबडी who's done his graduation or a post graduation, उसको ऑफर आता है, and that person immediately leave Banaras. Anybody who's very very smart won't. Why would they leave? Like, why wouldn't they live here in Banaras? Because we don't have a corporate. Obviously they go for MNCs and other corporates in different big countries. So what problem I still chase and I still find it very difficult to figure it out is hiding a very good talent in my company, right? And so if you are somebody who's watching it, obviously majority of you is from first year, second year, so if you're somebody from Varanasi, do visit to our office. If you're looking, if you know, looking forward to have a good placement, you can also mail me your resume at tripti@studyathome.org, and if I find your resume there, I'll be happy to have you as a part of my team. So yeah,
So I'll just forward all the details in the Comsoc group, so you can guys reach out to ma'am there. So no worries. My next question is, ma'am, how do you suggest we can spot opportunities? Like, जो opportunities हमारे आसपास इतनी ज़्यादा होती हैं, तो how to spot them and how to work upon them? Like, this question is kind of repeated, but still.
आँख खोल के, अपने आँख और कान को खोल के रखो. प्रॉब्लम्स हम लोगों के आसपास हैं, ठीक है? इफ आई टॉक अबाउट अ प्रॉब्लम, देन एक समय था जब अगर तुम महमूरगंज पे जाकर के ऑटो वाले से पूछो कि भैया गदौलिया जाना है, कितना पैसा लोगी, ठीक है? तो अगर वो आप, ऑटो वाला तो देख के बता देगा. अगर वो आपको देख के समझ आता है कि अच्छा कि बनारस का है, तो बोलेगा मैम 50 रुपए लूंगा, ठीक है? अगर वो समझ जाता है कि आप दूसरे सिटी के हो, तो बोलेगा मैम 500 लूंगा, ठीक है? अगर वो समझ जाएगा कि आप दूसरे स्टेट के, तो बोलेगा मैं 1000 लूंगा. अगर आपको लगेगा कि आप विदेश से आए, तो बोलेगा मैं 1000 लूंगा, ठीक है? इस प्रॉब्लम को किसने सॉल्व किया? द पर्सन हु सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम ऑफ फेयर कम्यूट, हु वाज दैट पर्सन? भावेश अग्रवाल,
Founder of Ola.
Yeah, founder of Ola, who found this problem. And today Ola is doing crazy, obviously the unicorn, right? $1 billion company, maybe more than that, right? So problems हम लोगों के आसपास हैं, we have to figure out. अभी recently आपके BHU की campus में एक event हुआ था, corporate शाला, and this event has been done by the faculty of economics, energy economics. So I have been called there as a guest speaker and as a guest in one of their event to judge it. So there was an event called Pitch Perfect, जहाँ पे उन्होंने business idea present करना था, and we were the judges. My goodness, being from the economics faculty, जो ideas इन लोगों ने मुझे दिए हैं, I was thrilled, right? Obviously they do not, because वो commerce background की नहीं थी, I guess, या maybe बहुत अच्छा उनको knowledge नहीं था, तो उन्होंने proper business presentation नहीं दिया, but जो idea उनके पास था was commendable. I still remember there was this girl जिसने मुझे बिजनेस आइडिया बताया कि मैम बीएचयू में बुक्स की बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है, लाइब्रेरी में लिमिटेड बुक्स हैं, लाइब्रेरी में, एंड बच्चों को बुक्स खरीदते हैं, कुछ महीने का पढ़ाई होता है, देन वो बुक पूरा वेस्ट हो जाता है. व्हाई वुड समबडी इन्वेस्ट अ मनी? सो मैं एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाना चाहती हूँ जहां मैं सीनियर्स और जूनियर्स को कनेक्ट करूंगी. वो प्लेटफॉर्म पे कोई ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं होगा, वो एक प्लेटफॉर्म रहेगा जहां पे सीनियर्स और जूनियर्स जुड़ सकते हैं. मतलब एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने अपने बुक का, उसकी बुक की कंडीशन क्या है, उस बुक का वो प्राइस क्या देने जा रहा है, वो अपने पोर्टल पे डाल दिया, राइट? एंड नाउ देयर इज जूनियर जिसने बोला अच्छा मुझे ये बुक इस प्राइस पे लेनी है, वो तुरंत सीनियर को कांटेक्ट करेगा, उससे फिजिकली बीएचयू में मिलेगा, उसकी बुक की कंडीशन देखेगा, उससे बुक सेकेंड हैंड ले लेगा. व्हाट अ वंडरफुल आइडिया.
Exactly.
राइट. कोई ट्रांजैक्शन उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं, वो बस एक पीयर लाइक वो पीयर टू पीयर कनेक्शन है कि दो लोगों को मिला दिया. अ प्लेटफॉर्म
Kind of community.
अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर यू कुड फाइंड अ बायर. राइट. एंड उसमें अगेन वो अब वो अर्न कैसे करेगा, बिकॉज देयर इज सर्टेन कमीशन कि अगर आपने ये बुक सेल कर लिया सो यू पे अ सर्टेन कमीशन एंड देयर लॉट ऑफ थिंग व्हिच मैं आपको उस आइडिया बता रही हूँ कि आप ही की कैंपस के एक बच्चे ने इतना अच्छा सोचा. एंड मैं जब स्टेयर से नीचे उतर रही थी ना, उसने मुझे रास्ते में रोका एंड पूछा कि मैम मुझे ये आइडिया तो है, मैं कैसे इसको स्टार्ट करूं. आई सेड कि इट्स नॉट इवन अ क्वेश्चन. यूट्यूब पे बस एक वीडियो बस एक टाइप करके सर्च करो कि आई वांट टू मेक माय ओन वेबसाइट. हजारों वीडियोस मिल जाएंगी. तुम घर बैठे कुछ दिनों में अपनी खुद की वेबसाइट बना लोगे. तुम एआई की हेल्प से ऑटोमेशन सीख लोगे. यू डोंट नीड अनदर पर्सन. Right. So no questions about asking. If you have that idea, if you have opened your eyes and ears, right, problems are around you, opportunities around you, you just go and seize it.
So आप लोगों के लिए बस एक ये मैम ने बात बोली है कि आप लोग हर चीज को मोनेटाइज करने की कोशिश मत करो. और मैम हमेशा बोलती हैं the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Exactly.
तो
And thank you Kushagra for speaking this. I might miss it. ये मेरा पंचिंग लाइन है. मैं अपने इंटर्न्स को ऐसे ही मोटिवेट करती हूँ. मैं सभी को ये बताती हूँ. होता क्या है कि कभी कोई इंटर्न आया, एम्प्लॉयर बोला कि मैम ये काम नहीं पसंद आ रहा है, ये काम मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, मुझे कुछ और काम दो. आई सेड कि अगर ये काम नहीं कर पाए तो जीवन में कोई काम नहीं कर पाओगे. सॉफ्टवेयर तो क्या, जीवन में कोई काम नहीं कर पाओगे. And I even had a conversation with Kushagra on also this. ठीक है, we had a target. You have to make a certain number of promotions on the course to make students know about it and buy it. So I said it कि कभी इसको आप लोग अगर if you are somebody who have always held rank 1 rank 2 in schools, and maybe if you have seen any friend of yours जिसने हमेशा स्कूल में rank 1 rank 2 लाया है, is the same person who always get the highest marks in math. मैथ में भी उसके अच्छे नंबर आते थे, सोशल में भी अच्छे आते थे, साइंस में भी अच्छे आते थे, आर्ट्स में भी अच्छे आते थे, म्यूजिक में भी अच्छे आते थे. राइट. तब वो जाकर के इंसान फर्स्ट आता था. राइट. सो इट्स द ओनली एंड सिंपल थिंग कि जैसे भी आप किसी एक काम को कर रहे हैं वैसे ही आप बाकी काम को करेंगे. आप ऐसे ही नहीं कि आप इसमें अच्छे हो, आप इसमें खराब हो सकते हो. द वे यू डू वन थिंग इज द वे यू डू एवरीथिंग. गॉन ऑफ द डेज व्हेन वी स्पीक अबाउट द फैक्ट दैट बी द मास्टर ऑफ वन, नॉट द जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स. I am vouching this, advocating this for all of you, that do not be the master of one. Be the jack of all trades. ठीक है. आपको लगता है कि मैं अपना लाइफ कंटेंट राइटिंग में निकालूंगी. आई वांट टू बी द बिगेस्ट एंड द ब्राइटेस्ट कंटेंट क्रिएटर. आज आपको पता है पहले जितने भी कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स थे, ब्लॉग राइटर्स, लेट मी टॉक स्पेशली अबाउट ब्लॉग राइटर्स. ठीक है. एआई हैज टेक द जॉब. एआई आज के समय में जितना सुंदर ब्लॉग लिख सकता है, मुझे नहीं लिख सकता, कोई भी और लिख सकता है. ठीक है. तो अगर अपने आप को आप एक में मास्टर कर ली, यू नोबडी नो एनीबडी, एनी एआई कम्स एंड टेक द मास्टरी फ्रॉम यू, टेक अवे. राइट. सो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट यू बी द जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स. बहुत मास्टर नहीं बनो, लेकिन सब आना चाहिए, सब करने आना चाहिए. दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड हैव एन अप्रोच ऑफ.
एंड एक्चुअली एक नया टर्म आया है, दैट इज सोलोप्रेन्योर. Entrepreneur is something like a group of teams, but solopreneur is a one-man army kind of thing. So solopreneur basically क्या करता है, वो सारे काम करता है. So you have to be like that.
Exactly, solopreneur.
Okay. So ma'am, my next question. What is the role of peers? Like आपके भी friends होंगे जो बीटी जाते होंगे या फिर बाहर पे घूमने जाते होंगे. तो उन सब पे आपने कैसे engage किया? And मतलब थोड़ा सा उस aspect में आते हैं कि हाँ ठीक है work वगैरह हो गया, but personal life को manage कैसे करें? और peers का क्या role होता है कि if we want to achieve something big?
देखो, मैं यहाँ पे आकर की कोई फैंसी बात नहीं करने वाली हूँ. ठीक है. कि वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. जब आप अपने करियर को शुरू करते हो ना, देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड पर्सनल लाइफ बैलेंस, वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस. इट्स ओनली वर्क 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 एंड जस्ट वर्क. आपको ग्रो करना है अगर लाइफ में, आपको आगे बढ़ना है, आपको चीजें सीखना है, आपको एक्सेल करना है, फॉरगेट दैट यू हैव अ पर्सनल लाइफ. Indulge yourself to as much as work that you probably can do, as much as learning that you can take. Right. It was not an overnight thing. I become the founder, I become the co-founder and CEO of the company. I have given my soul to this company. राइट मैं सुबह 7 बजे आती थी, अपनी टीम को 8 बजे बुलाती थी. माय टीम गोज एट होम बाय 8. In certain projects when we have to call them at early, I go home by 12. I hardly had like even 5-7 hours of sleep. राइट तो जब आप अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, आप कोई प्रोडक्ट बिल्ड कर रहे हो, अपना करियर स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, there is nothing called work life balance. Forget that you have parents, forget that you have friends, forget you have relatives. Just work upon yourself, because once you have built it, now you have enough time to spend with them. करो ना, जहां घूमने जाओ, you have built it, you have people who do work for you, you have team who is working on behalf of you, right? तो इनिशियल करियर में ये मत सोचना कि मैं इफ आई हैव स्टार्टेड दिस तो मुझे बस इतना टाइम अपने काम पे देना है. यार पर्सनल लाइफ भी तो होती है, दोस्तों को भी तो समय देना है. बॉयफ्रेंड मेरा नाराज हो जाएगा, बात नहीं करेगा. नथिंग कॉल लाइक दैट. You have to spend your all the time for the thing that you're building. You're building yourself, you're building a product, you're building a company you're working on. It's just that. And then starting, let me tell about myself. Starting with, my friends, they say ki Tripti to ab bahut badi ho gayi hai, now she'll not recognize us, right? When I went back to my college Sunbeam, they were faculty, they say Tripti ab tum pehchanogi bhi nahi hum log ko, you become so and so founder now, you're meeting such a wonderful personality, you really recognize us. And I was like, why not, ma'am? Please don't say that I'm the product of you. I've started with this, how can I not recognize, right? So लोग fun करते, मस्ती करते, but they are the most general person, most genuine person who be with you for your lifetime. So आप अभी कभी अपने friend से कभी distant नहीं लेना. The mentor who taught you, any person who become the part of your journey is the only person who be with you till the very end, right?
That's very humble of you, ma'am. But इसी के साथ एक और question arise होता है कि हाँ फ्रेंड से हमें कनेक्टेड रखना चाहिए, बट देयर आर सर्टेन टाइप ऑफ पीपल जो फेस करते हैं कि लाइक इफ यू आर वर्किंग ऑन आवरसेल्फ, दे आर लाइक कि भाई तू टाइम नहीं दे रहा है या फिर तू ये कर रहा है, सॉर्ट ऑफ दैट थिंग. सो व्हाट शुड वी डू टू दैट?
अगर आपकी जो दोस्त है, अगर वो ये बोल रहे हैं कि भाई तू टाइम नहीं दे रहा है मुझे, तो आप बोलो कि भाई तू दोस्ती बनने लायक नहीं है मेरा. तुझे तो मुझे और पुश करना चाहिए कि नालायक तू काम ही कितना कर रहा है, और टाइम दे, तू तो बहुत खराब कर रहा है, तुझे और मेहनत करनी है, right? You do not make such a type of friends who are asking time for themselves, time for you, right? Ask. And one thing to be very very often for all of you is to kabhi bhi apne जीवन से satisfy mat hona. Never be satisfied to what you did. आज मैंने बहुत पढ़ लिया, बस I am very very satisfied for the work I have put in today. Never. Just tell that I have tried my best to do it, but still I can do it more. Let's try it next time. ठीक है? Because any effort, any amount of effort that you put in something can never be enough. It can always be more and more and just more, right? तो दोस्त ऐसे बनाओ जो बोले कि ठीक है भाई तू अपना करियर बिल्ड कर रहा है, तू 5 साल 10 साल अपना करियर बिल्ड कर ले. Let's not meet each other, let's not talk to each other, but once when we'll do it right, we'll have a hang out together, we'll go to places, we'll enjoy, and we'll cherish those days when we are together.
That's really great, ma'am. Okay, so my जैसा कि मैम ने अभी बताया, तो एक और बहुत फेमस कोट है कि सपोर्ट करने वाले तो एक ही होते हैं, बट सेलिब्रेट करने वाले 100 आ जाते हैं. तो अगर आप सक्सेसफुल होते हो तो आपके फ्रेंड्स कहीं नहीं जाने वाले, वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं मिल जाएंगे. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, मैम, आप अपने फाइनेंसेस और टाइम को कैसे मैनेज करते हो? लाइक समथिंग ऑन पर्सनल फाइनेंस एंड टाइम मैनेजमेंट.
पर्सनल फाइनेंस एंड टाइम मैनेजमेंट. सी आप बोलोगे कि मैम आप खुद फाउंडर है बट यू नॉट वाचिंग फॉर इट. If I talk about the personal finance, then I don't genuinely invest upon short-term finance. I'll tell you why. ठीक है? See, अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेज नहीं है स्टॉक मार्केट की, ठीक है, peer to peer lending की, investing upon equity, right, and any sort of mutual fund investment, SIPs, right? If you do not have much knowledge about it, आपको नॉलेज नहीं है, आपकी फैमिली में किसी को नॉलेज नहीं है, ठीक है, आपकी किसी क्लोज फ्रेंड को नॉलेज नहीं है, I would ask you to invest and manage your money somehow that you invest for the long term, right? Because that is how you are, like you are saving your money to the best opportunity possible. Your money is safe, right? Now, when you have a sufficient amount of money that you can play with it, obviously stock market, peer-to-peer lending, all these things are very, very, adventurous to all of you. Now, obviously, it has a crazy return than expectedly could possible from the long-term investment, right? But before taking any investment decisions, where we have a lot of mediators who are sitting and vouching कि आप आइए मेरे पास, आपके पैसे में डबल कर दूंगा, मैं आपको यहाँ इन्वेस्ट करूंगा, I'll do SIP for you. One thing that I would say is that अभी किसी एक इंडिविजुअल की बात पे कभी मत जाना. Though that person has done certification, उसके पास डिग्री है, फलाना ढिमकाना, nothing. ठीक है, you have such a wonderful mentor sitting on the YouTube giving you free का ज्ञान. Take the ज्ञान from YouTube. Take decision amongst yourselves कि आपको कहाँ अपने पैसे इन्वेस्ट करने and do that wisely. ठीक है, एंड बिकॉज आई बिलीव दैट आप अभी अपने कॉलेज डेज में हो एंड कॉलेज के बाद भी जाओगे, तो आई कैन बिलीव यू डू नॉट हैव लॉट्स ऑफ मनी विद यू. सो इफ यू जेन्युइनली वांट टू इन्वेस्ट योर मनी, long term investment could, long term liquid investment, let me not talk about it. मैं ऐसा नहीं कह रही हूँ कि आप 10 साल के लिए अपने पैसे को इन्वेस्ट कर दो and when you need the money you don't have it, right? So when you liquidity maintain करते हुए जब long term invest करते हो, I think this is the most safest way. Even I practice the same. तो मैं जितने लोग मुझसे anybody who's asking me कि मैम how do I do it and मैं कैसे अपने finance को manage करूँ, this is a very genuine advice that I give, because I am not बहुत ज्ञानी पर्सन फॉर द स्टॉक मार्केट की तुम रिलायंस का शेयर्स ले लो, तुम टाटा के ले लो, तुम इसके ले लो, उसके ले लो, इट विल ग्रो अप. इफ आई डोंट हैव अ नॉलेज आई वोंट लेट मी नॉट स्टॉक बीइंग वेरी फैंसी एंड स्पीक अबाउट इट, राइट? एंड यू से हाउ आई मैनेज टाइम. ठीक है, टाइम मैनेज करने का पता है सिर्फ एक फंडामेंटल है. अगर सोने उठने का टाइम अपना सही कर लिए, योर इंटायर डे विल बी प्लान्ड एंड मैनेज्ड. ठीक है, तुम देर से सो के उठोगे, तुम्हारा दिन कैसे बीतेगा, कोई काम शुरू कर रहे हो समय बीत जाएगा पता ही नहीं चलेगा. तुमको बस थोड़ा जल्दी उठना है, तुमको लगेगा कि यार मेरे पास सब काम करने के लिए कितना ज्यादा टाइम है यार, अभी तो 7 ही बजे हैं, अभी तो 10 ही बजे, तुमको ना लगेगा यू हैव लॉट्स ऑफ टाइम इन योर हैंड. सो अगर अपने सोने उठने का टाइम तुम सही कर लिए, मैं कुछ भी नहीं और बोलूंगी कि तुम ये करो, नोट बनाओ, इस टाइम ये करना है, ब्रेक्स, नथिंग. नाउ इट कम्स टू यू. फिक्स अ टाइम कि दिस टाइम यू गो टू बेड. अपना फोन इतने डिस्टेंस पे रख करके सोने जाओगे कि अगर मन क्या उठाने का भी कि आलस आएगा कि उतना दूर से फोन कौन उठाने जाए. ठीक है, अपने सोने उठने का टाइम सही कर लो, योर इंटायर डे विल बी मैनेज्ड एंड प्लान. आई एम गारंटीइंग दैट एंड आई डू इट. राइट, देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू स्लीप एट 2 बज जाते थे, रील्स स्क्रॉल करते थे, नेटफ्लिक्स देखते थे एंड 2 बजे थे, सुबह 12 बजे 10 बजे उठ रहे हैं. एंड टू द टाइम नाउ आई जस्ट कीप माय फोन एट 11:30. ठीक है, भले मुझे 2 बजे नींद आए, आई केप्ट असाइड माय फोन एट 11:30. आई वेक अप एट 7:30 or 7. My entire day is very sorted now.
Okay, so early to bed, early to rise, is this वो अभी भी काफी ज़्यादा effective है. So all the night owls, you need to change your schedule. Now next question is थोड़ा सा personal, if you don't mind asking. So what are your hobbies? Like at such a young age, आप इंडिया के top 1% या 0.1% में भी आते हो. Like ma'am is basically a multi-millionaire. So what do you do with, like, what are your hobbies? How do you spend your money?
How do I spend my money?
बेसिकली सबकी बकेट लिस्ट होती है, तो आपने बकेट लिस्ट बनाई या वैसा कुछ?
ठीक है, लेट मी सी, दिस इज अ वेरी जेन्युइन टॉक. मैं कोई मोटिवेशनल गुरु नहीं हूँ या कोई बहुत मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर नहीं हूँ कि मैं आपको फैंसी बातें बताऊंगी, बट आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू डू इट. सो आई स्पेंड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी बाइंग एक्सपेंसिव आइटम्स, राइट? एंड आई फील गिल्टी अबाउट इट द मोमेंट आई बाय इट. So is the fact that आपको चाहिए होता है, you want that bag, you want that phone, you want that watch, right? You just want it. The moment you buy it, now you need something else.
That really happens.
The list never
बहुत real life issue है वो.
Yeah, the list never stops. So I invest most of my monies, obviously investing, right?
Yeah.
I invest myself because see, I'm very young. ये मेरा ये कोई एज नहीं है कि मैं बस सारे पैसे सेव करूं और साधु वाधु बन जाऊं. मुझे ये नहीं चाहिए, सब मोह माया है. आई डोंट वांट दिस, लेट्स लिव अ सिंपल लाइफ. आई डोंट नो, आई वांट क्लोथ्स. I genuinely, my mother is fed of me. She says that अगर तुम अब और एक कोई कपड़ा ऑर्डर की, now this going to be the end of the world, right? I said ki now if you'll buy one more new cloth, I'll give 10 of your old clothes that you don't wear to somebody else. I don't have space in my house to keep your clothes, right? So obviously it's something that all the Gen Z kid, all the millennials and Gen Z kid would definitely relate to themselves. I make very impulsive purchase, but again, I'm slowly and steadily, the moment I have everything with myself, I think my purchasing power and purchasing decisions would widely change. But yeah, I buy products that is not worth something. Kushagra, but I'm not, you was not audible before.
Okay. तो ऑल द peeps, ये मैम का हार्ड एंड मनी है, पापा की वजह से नहीं है। तो ऐसा नहीं कि फ्लिपकार्ट पे यहाँ से गए एहन चालू iPhone 14 आ रहा है।
Yes, exactly. It's all my hard earned money. And I'll tell you, Kushagra, before study at home also, I was doing freelancing.
Okay.
ठीक है, I was a food
That's really
blogger.
good.
And जब बनारस में food blogging का प्रचलन शुरू हुआ था, तो मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगी मैंने स्टार्ट करा था, 2-3 लोगों और ने स्टार्ट करा था, right? But I was the initial blogger at the time when this blogging pages started, जब प्रचलन शुरू हुआ था, right? If I talk about, it's the year 2018 or maybe 2019. I used to have an Instagram page. People used to call me to their restaurants, offer me free food and money to promote them, right? So I have tried and tested a lot of things. मेरे page का नाम था The Teenage Taste. I have my one of the best friend called Bushra. So we were doing it together, right? हम लोग ने साथ में करा था. So I have done a lot of freelancing. इसके अलावा मैं I used to work. I used to freelancing for Zomato. So yeah, I've done a lot of things in my past also. So you won't believe, मैंने अपने schools and colleges की भी फीस खुद से भरी है.
Okay, that's really great.
Not because कि मेरे I belong to a middle class family. My father has a very good business. It's I won't say कि मैं गरीब परिवार से थी and all that stuff. My father was well enough to give fees to my education. But I was like कि मेरा पैसा आपका पैसा बटा थोड़ी ना है. If I am earning, let me have the pride to pay my own fees. Let me have a pride to like buy my own edibles and own things. So even I think till first year in my graduation, my father has paid my fees, and after that, I think I've not taken even a single penny from my father in the name of petrol also to myself, and everything that I've done after that was from my own money.
तो FOCM सिनको नहीं पता है, मैम संदीप के हैं, संदीप इज अ प्राइवेट कॉलेज, तो उनकी फीस भी काफी हेफ्टी होती है. आप लोगों के लिए काफी इजी है, यानी करके देखना. जिस दिन अगर आप अपनी फी खुद से पे करोगे.
I have done graduation and it was more than 1.5 lakh. तो जो बच्चे सुन रहे होंगे वो लोग हंस रहे होंगे कि ये 1.5-2 लाख का कौन ग्रेजुएशन करता है, बट I did it. But obviously, we cannot compare Sunbeam to any other education institution, but because the amount of opportunities that I have in Sunbeam, the amount of mentors that I have in Sunbeam, the amount of environment that I have Sunbeam cannot be compared to any other platform, right? Exactly. So it is something that every penny that I pay here, I have get 10x the return in my personality that I've built upon and sitting up here.
That's really great, man. I was just saying that FOCS can थोड़ा और easy होगा because our fees is highly subsidized. Okay, ma'am. So अब आते हैं main event पे.
And you got scholarship also.
Yeah, we also have scholarship option. So basically आपका reimburse भी हो जाएगा और pay भी आप खुद से करोगे. So that should be a really great out of the box feeling. So ma'am, our main question आज का guidance on job versus startup. And yeah, before moving on to that, one more point I need to add कि जैसा मैम ने बताया कि मैम पहले freelancing करती थी, then मैम का अभी business है, तो यार it's all about the mindset कि अगर आप चीजों को बहुत छोटे लेवल से भी स्टार्ट करते हो ना, तो आप उसको एस्केलेट करके काफी बड़ा वॉल्यूम में लेके जा सकते हो. तो कभी भी छोटे एफर्ट्स के लिए शायद हम लोगों को वो नहीं करना चाहिए. यार ये छोटा सा इंस्टाग्राम पेज रन कर रहे हैं तो क्या पता, बट इंस्टाग्राम पेज रन करके भी आपको डिजिटल मार्केटिंग की या फिर एडसेंस मैनेजमेंट का ये सब का काफी ज्ञान अच्छा खासा हो जाता है. तो यू शुड ट्राई न्यू थिंग्स, एंड फॉर दैट पर्पस ओनली वी हैव फॉर्म दिस सोसाइटी, ताकि लोग एक्स्ट्रा को में भी काफी ज्यादा अपना मतलब इंटरेस्ट परस्यू कर सके जो एकेडमिक्स उतनी नहीं हो पाती है.
Absolutely. And if I talk about Kushagra also, so if he is doing all that, I am very, very sure कि जो पर्सनालिटी ये अपना डेवलप कर लेगा आफ्टर completing graduation or any higher education would be something very like different from anybody you could have acquired. You go to pitch people for sponsorship, you go to organize events, you go to vendors, you meet budding entrepreneurs. A lot of activity that you do behind the society is something that's shaping your character, that's shaping your personality. So this practical experience is something that cannot compensate with any other thing that you could have asked for, right? So
Thank you,
have it
ma'am.
as much as possible. So what was your question, Kushagra? I missed it.
जॉब वर्सेस स्टार्टअप, लाइक अब हर बंदा तो स्टार्टअप कर नहीं सकता और बहुत सारे बंदे जॉब करना चाहते हैं बट स्टार्टअप के उनको वो नहीं होता. व्हाट आर योर इनसाइट्स
I would say job.
एंड व्हाई?
Right? Why? जो बंदे स्टार्टअप करते हैं ना, it's a very limited percentage. And what is the right time to do a startup, particularly if you, अगर आप बहुत extraordinary बच्चे हैं, you have everything in your mind and you are already have a very genuine idea, very differentiated idea, then you could go and do a startup, start something of your own. But to the majority of audiences that has been watching me today, job is the smartest way to do anything. When you do a job, you understand how a product is made, how to talk to somebody, how to fetch a client, how to fetch a customer, right? How to be presentable, how to communicate. तो आपको एक जॉब आपकी स्टार्टअप के लिए रेडी करता है. आपको एक जॉब जो पर्सनालिटी देता है, जो कैरेक्टर देता है, दैट इज इररिप्लेसेबल. एंड जिसको लगता है कि यार 15,000 की नौकरी, 20,000 की नौकरी, मैं आपको बता दूं जो एक्सपीरियंस और जो एक्सपोजर आपको मिलेगा इफ यू चूज द राइट कंपनी, आप कोई भी प्रोफेशनल एजुकेशन क्वालिफाई करने के बाद जब किसी प्लेसमेंट में जाओगे उससे भी ज्यादा बड़ी होगी. ठीक है? तो as I started my session with this point and I would like to end my session in this point, it's all about the opportunity. If you find a good startup to start your opportunity, if you have an opportunity for doing a startup, you have everything in your hand, why not to do that? Right? And if you have the opportunity, if you have the offer for a good job, and if you find somebody you can just apply your resume to and go for it, let's do that. So hit and trial method होता है. बिना ऐसे बैठ करके यार मैं नौकरी करने के लिए नहीं बना हूं, let me do a startup, let me start my own business. You start with something. ठीक है? Start with the job, it's your hand. You drop in between, मत करो, छोड़ दो. But have an experience, an idea of everything is very very important today.
तो मैम जॉब के लिए तो टेक्निकल स्किल्स चाहिए होती है, तो आपका जो स्टडी एट होम प्लेटफॉर्म है, डज दैट हेल्प इन दैट टू?
Absolutely. We have a wonderful courses in our bouquet. आप study at home learning app download करेंगे या आप study at home के website पे जब जाएंगे, so there is this tab called skill development. And when you go on that tab, आपको कितने अच्छे courses मिलेंगे. You will know dressing etiquette, dining etiquette, communication skills, writing skills, digital marketing app कैसे करोगे. We have skill development courses for Microsoft, how to be a master of Excel, how to use MS Word, MS PowerPoint. We have courses on financial modeling, we have courses on GST. मतलब इतने सारे courses हैं, and that too at a very low price point. इतने कम एज में, इतने कम साल में, the company that we have built is because of the quality of content that we give to the people and the price that we have. बहुत कम है. आप एक मूवी देखने जाओगे, you spend like 500 रुपए तो कम से कम आप स्पेंड कर ही दोगे, right? We have the courses that starts from 200 and goes up to 1,200, right? We are going to launch a course in just maybe next couple of maybe 15 days or 15 or 10 days. We have already launched also basically, right? But it's spoken English. So if anybody of you find difficulty speaking in English, we have recently launched a course, spoken English classes, where not me, basically Raja Agarwal, the main founder, he will teach you how to speak in English. ठीक है? अंग्रेजी में बात करना आज के समय में सिर्फ एक शौक नहीं है बल्कि जरूरत बन चुकी है. If you are very smart, very confident, very professional, but अगर आपको अंग्रेजी में बात करनी नहीं आती ना, nobody will listen to you. अगर मैं यहाँ पे आके आपसे हिंदी में बात करती है, मेरी इंग्लिश अच्छी नहीं होती ना, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं आता कि यार क्या ही कर रही हूँ, अंग्रेजी तो बोलनी ही नहीं आती. ठीक है? I'm not just promoting my course. I'm just telling you okay, what all things we have in our bouquet, and you buy it, you don't buy it, right? You do internship with us, you don't do internship with us. Give it a try. right? Come give an interview for the internship. Go to the website and application and just check out the demo videos of the course. You might not know what you like and how you end up having that, right? So hit and trial hai, try karo, koshish karo, and whatever comes on your way, just do that. Never make yourself so strict कि आप अपने लिए खुद ही बाधा बन जाए, आप अपने लिए खुद ही hurdles लेके आए. So be very very open to whatever opportunity that comes on your way.
And I would like to add कि there's nothing wrong with promotion, because देखो क्या होता है कि मैम हम लोग से कनेक्ट इसलिए कर रही हैं because मैम इज एन एलुमनाई. तो अगर एलुमनाई होके वो हमारी हेल्प कर रही हैं, तो अगर उनका भी कोई वेंचर है तो हमको भी उसको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए.
Absolutely.
एंड मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि आप उनको ब्लाइंडली सपोर्ट करो, बट शी इज प्रोवाइडिंग द क्वालिटी. I'm just saying कि अगर आपको सेम क्वालिटी हर जगह मिल रही है तो just prefer something, someone you know, someone who supports you. That's all. Because मैम के courses मैंने खुद try किए हैं and are really good. So ma'am,
I think we
any
are on the
final-
end of the session.
yeah, any final words for FOCians?
Faculty of Commerce has always been my near and dear and very close to my heart, right? And absolutely, बनारस में रह करके अगर BHU से नहीं पढ़ा तो फिर तुम लोगों ने क्या किया? So be very very lucky. People comes from so quite of places to study in the BHU. So if you are being the part of such a wonderful and auspicious university, have that pride in yourself. Take the best advantage of everything that comes in your college journey. चाहे ये society के member बनना है, इस commerce society में एक organizing committee का part होना, to organize events, to watch जो भी opportunity आ रहा है, just do that, right? You have wonderful things to organize in your college, try that. अगर आप किसी professional course के लिए preparation कर रहे हो, that is something, but obviously personal growth नहीं रुकना चाहिए, networking नहीं रुकना चाहिए. So again, a very very important thing is to explore life, because graduation post graduation I think यही होता है, जब आप explore करते हो उसके बाद तो फिर आप मेहनत करते हो और सिर्फ काम करते हो. ठीक है? Stop time watching that illogical, irrelevant reels, right, or shorts. Just spend your time watching good content on LinkedIn, good content on YouTube, consuming good content people produces, and that's what all I have to say is invest your time that gives you return, not just kills your times and take you free away.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So it was quite an insightful session with you, ma'am. Very much thanks for interacting with us.
Thank you so much, Kushagra, and your team, Kushagra, Keshav, and the entire team at the Commerce Society.
Shubham and Kashi, ma'am, they were the lead
Yes.
promotion.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really happy to be the part of this webinar. Obviously, talking to the ones who really associate with this, obviously a matter of pride and joy for me. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you, the entire society of the Commerce, for calling me. Yeah, again, I am also, because the pleasure is always mine, right? So thank you so much.
It was a pleasure hosting you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, guys, for your time. Okay. Have a good day, ma'am.